Good morning, Vietnam. I'm just playing. This is Kai with KC Enterprises right here for your Tuesday tips on my Business Evolution Spreaker podcast. I know I have not been on here a lot, and it's not for lack of time or anything like that. It was more for me to figure out which platform was the best to speak daily on, because I do always have stuff to say. I'm not very much of a talker, but I do have a lot of people asking me like business questions, and I'm always giving business advice. So I always like to give, just free advice to anybody who needs it. I know when I first started my business, I needed a lot of advice, and it was very hard to get advice from people. A lot of business owners don't like to give up their tips and tricks. I think because they're just scared that, I don't know, maybe you'll surpass them, or I would have to be that kind of person to really figure it out. But it was very difficult for me to get information. Even now, I only have a couple people that I can turn to for advice, and they'll give me just, open advice, what they use, what they do, not trying to really hold on to any secrets. So, I was really going to basically figure out what was the best outlet to be able to talk to everybody daily without it being overload. Because, if you do it on Facebook, that's kind of overload. Facebook Live every single day, that's kind of overload. YouTube, I would say you have to show your face. I don't really like watching YouTube videos when you're not showing your face. I'm not really on Instagram like that, so I wouldn't do a video on Instagram, but I do podcasts. I have I have a whole other radio show, so I do that weekly. And, so I figured I will do, at least some daily, tips. It'll probably be like 5 minutes. It won't be that long. Just small tips as they come to me, as I think about them, as I'm working on a project. I figure I can help other business owners because I do get these questions daily. So once I answer the question, I can bring the answers to you as well, because if one person has this question, I'm pretty sure 20 people have this same question. So today, for Tuesday tips, I'm going to be talking about time management to basically effectively grow your business. So with anything you're doing, personal, business, whatever, time management is essential to have. I know, some of y'all who know me thinking, oh, who am I to talk about time management? But feel me out here. Although to you, my time management may not feel like it's effective to me. And that's kind of what I want to go into real quick. So time management to me is basically, I block off a day to do certain projects. So, if I have a bunch of websites to do, I'll actually block off a whole day to just work on websites. If I have a course that I'm creating, I'll block off a day to work on that course. So this is how I work. This is what works well for me. It doesn't work well for everybody else. Another time management tip you could use is basically, if you don't want to block off a day for a project, you can block off time. So if you say between 11 and 12, you want to check email, or between 11 and 12, you need to, call prospects or whatever you need to do in that time frame. And then 12 to 1 is lunch. And then 1 to 2 is writing emails. And then 2 to 3. If this is how you feel comfortable in managing your time, then do what works well for you. For me, it's blocking off a day. Mondays, for instance, is just all about my business. So I only work on stuff for my business. I don't work on any other client's business, etc. Unless a client has an emergency, they need something right now, then obviously I have to change up my time. But that's just how I work, because I'm like a service-based business and I help other companies grow their business. My time can change. So if I do have Mondays blocked off for my company, but a client needs me right now, then I need to take care of that client and then go back to taking care of my business. So Tuesdays will be, just building courses. Because I'm in the process for 2018, I have my own goals. And if you followed my Facebook Live yesterday on KC Enterprises on Facebook, you'll see, I was talking about goals. So I have my own goals for 2018, which is to basically put courses out there, free courses, paid courses, whatever, but just get courses out there. So I've been working on these different courses. So Tuesdays is working on classes, courses, workshops, stuff like that. Wednesdays working on websites, whether it's just, all the websites I have or managing clients' websites, making sure that their websites haven't been hacked or anything, just going through, adding their blog posts, managing their website and managing my own as well. Thursdays is primarily set aside for my podcast because, like I said, I have a whole different other podcast where I do that one Thursday. Well, I do that 4 Thursdays a month, so every Thursday basically. I do that every Thursday, and to be able to be successful, you have to manage it, you have to advertise it, you have to, get guest speakers, etc., etc. So that's just my Thursday right there. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my days are all planned out. And plus I'm a mother, so I have to plan those out. So this is how my time management works for me. That may not be what works for you. So if you need to set aside a calendar, a to-do list, if you need to, like I have right here in front of me, I have a planner. In my planner, you could actually, set at 8 o'clock, I'm doing this. At 9 o'clock, I'm doing this, et cetera, et cetera. If that works for you, then that's what works for you. I would say for your time management, do whichever kind of management aspect works for you. If you want to set aside a day, do that. If you want to set aside just 30 minutes for in the morning to get yourself together, after you get yourself together for that 30 minutes, 1 hour working out, then 1 hour checking your email. Make sure you have to fit everything in, because if you're going to be a successful business owner, you also have to educate yourself. So you have to have time to read. You have to have time to check your email. You don't want to be checking your email all day because that'll derail you. Just like, for instance, have you ever watched YouTube? You start watching a video, then you see another video, and like 4 hours later, you're like, oh my God, I've been on YouTube for 4 hours. Trust me, it's happened to me. So just like there could be the YouTube black hole, there's an email black hole. So you're looking at your email, then you realize you have to, empty your email. Then you realize you haven't read this email since 2007. Then you realize, oh, I have to answer this person. You'll go down the email black hole. So you need to set aside a time to check your email. So if you're just doing that for 30 minutes or an hour, you need to do that. Also keep in mind that once your time limit is up, whether you have to set a stopwatch or an alarm or whatever, once that time is up for that specific task, you need to stop. You can continue at a later time when you've had that time allotted for email, website, whatever, but you need to stop and you need to move on to the next task. If you don't, then your time management has been all screwed up, and you won't attain any growth because you're just stuck in one place. For instance, checking your email. If you just check your email all day, what else are you going to get done? Are you going to be able to follow up with any of your clients? No, because you've just been sitting in your email all day. Are you going to be able to finish that project that client had? No, because you've just been sitting in that email all day. So you need to stick with your time, whatever time management schedule you make for yourself, you need to be able to adhere to it. And I definitely do. My schedule works for me. Doesn't work for everybody else, but it works for me. So whatever time management schedule you set aside for yourself, you need to make sure that you set a timer, a stopwatch, an alarm, whatever, to be able to stick to it. No matter what you're doing, you need to stop at that time and move on to the next task. Trust me, if you even try this out for like a week, try it out for a week. Trust me, you're going to see that you've gotten more done. You're going to feel more productive, and you will attain growth in your business instead of just sitting stagnant because you can't manage your time. You're doing too many things at one time, or you get stuck in one project for too long and it takes up your entire day. So that's my Tuesday tip. Time management for business growth. Let me know in the comments what time management schedule you chose. Do you like mine? Do you want to do a different kind? What kind do you use? What works for you? Maybe your idea will work for me. Maybe I could change mine up and it'll work for me. So just let me know in the comments, like what you use, what works for you, how long you've been doing it. If you're looking to change it up, like I said, leave it in the comments or join me on my Facebook group, Business Evolution League. You'll actually get access to free courses that I have in there, free tip sheets, free check sheets, and you'll be able to ask me and other people question, and we're accountability partners in there as well. So Business Evolution League on Facebook, as well as, you can listen to my podcast here. I'll be coming at you now that I decided that I'm going to continue doing the podcast daily. Unfortunately, it won't be at a set time because this is something that I'm throwing in here just to give tips and tricks. So it'll be daily. It'll be more than likely during the morning. And you can listen to it whenever you have a chance to. So I hope this helps you. Thank you for listening. Bye until tomorrow.